Lyons on the left, the captain of Everton, and on the right, Emlyn Hughes, skipper of the Liverpool side, going for the treble. And the good humour between the players already evident as they're welcomed now by their supporters. The capacity crowd of 52,500, a mass of red and blue. And for the last hour, inside the ground, we've had pouring rain, which has made the pitch very different to what it might have been. Looked nice and firm this morning, but all of a sudden we've got puddles in both goal mouths, and it's going to be exceedingly greasy on top, because an awful lot of the surface water hasn't had time to drain away. Both goalkeepers inevitably wearing gloves, and I should think defenders worried too early on about slips that may occur. The team news has not been good for Everton. Bob Latchford was pulled out this morning with injury, so up front it's Jimmy Pearson and McKenzie. In the middle of the field, Dobson is fit, and Gordon Lee has given Mick Buckley, at number 7, his first full game of the season in the first team. And in goal, he prefers David Lawson to Dye Davis. For Bob Paisley, there was only one decision to make, and that was at number 10. David Fairclough, the 20-year-old with the match-winning quality, has got the vote. And David Johnson, the substitute, very, very upset because he missed the semi-final 2 years ago when he was with Ipswich Town. But otherwise, with the continued absence of the likes of Toshak and Callaghan and Thompson, that was the expected Liverpool lineup. Kevin Keegan has scored in every round of the FA Cup this season and hopes to do what the last player, Peter Osgood, did in 1970 and score in the semi-final and final as well. Referee Clive Thomas, who took charge of the FA Cup final last year at Wembley, taking the field with his linesmen Colin Seal and George Martin. Duncan McKenzie, who scored for Everton in the 3rd, 4th and 5th rounds and was then dropped for the 6th round, but is back in the side again now. Two sides have already met twice in the league this season. Liverpool taking 3 points from Everton. And Everton, of course, led by Mike Lyons, have just been beaten in the final of the Football League Cup. And in the goal mouths, the forking and the mopping up operation goes on. Everton back to their traditional colours of blue shirts and white shorts for the semi-final. They'll be playing from left to right in the first half. Jim Pearson on the ball with Duncan McKenzie. And Liverpool, the side they say are the best in the country, are in all red. And the goalkeepers will want an early touch here. David Lawson. Now Darricott. They'll have to be very careful about the back passes, there's no doubt about that. That was Dobson, number 8. Now it's Fairclough for Liverpool. Keegan is in the middle, Highway on this side. Still Fairclough, the shot could be on here. And he missed his kick when he might so easily have scored. McDermott now. Interception by Bruce RIOCH. And now it's Goodless. Well, David Fairclough almost pulled something off there in the first couple of minutes to justify his selection. And the first corner goes to Everton. Won by Pearson. And this is where Everton feel they might just have the edge on Liverpool when the ball is in the air and they can pack the big men in. Lyons is number 4. was awkward, and it went underneath Pearson. McNaught was there. And there are going to be a few scrambles like that in these conditions. Martin Dobson got the last touch. Buckley. Pearson. McKenzie's got Darracott going down the right. Deflection was off Jones, but the corner was saved by McDermott. McKenzie came a long way round to get that. And in the end, he got a corner. Lyons there again, very near the goal line. McNaught trying to get it back in. Here's Buckley. And a flick on by McKenzie. And Clements clutched it right on that muddy goal line. Buckley put it back in. McKenzie got the final touch. And Clements is already quite busy. Rain has eased slightly, but it's still coming down. RIOCH. Highway for Liverpool. Keegan wanting it through. Fairclough. Now Keegan. Neil is up on the far post, calling for a cross. McDermott. Oh, that was beautiful! And Terry McDermott has chipped the goalkeeper. Lawson could do nothing about it. Only 10 minutes gone in the semi-final. And Liverpool are in front. The move built up slowly and deliberately. It was pushed back inside from Keegan. McDermott looked up, he saw Lawson off his line. Left foot chip, 1-0. Well, it's a nightmare for goalkeepers sometimes. They have to be off their line sometimes to try and narrow the angle, and Lawson was stranded there. And I should think too, in these conditions, it can't be easy to get up anyway. John Toshak on the injury list, but he's watching the match from the touchline, suitably attired. Dobson. Pagic's cross, McKenzie's header. Pearson couldn't get there, and Buckley almost did, but Tommy Smith managed to divert that shot for a corner. Everton may be a goal down, but they've caused one or two uneasy moments in that Liverpool penalty area, and that was one without a doubt. The chance could have fallen to Pearson, it fell to Buckley, and Smith's deflection saved Liverpool. Jones. Very hard in these conditions for players to change direction and to turn because the top surface is so skiddy. Pearson. Hughes who slipped. Let Pearson go on. And it's going to come to Dobson. McKenzie! So Duncan McKenzie equalises for Everton, and it all started when Emlyn Hughes slipped. Pearson was able to go on and get the cross in. There have been many like that in the area. They bubbled around. McKenzie got hold of it in the end. There may have been a slight deflection, but anyway, it's 1-1 now, and McKenzie will get the credit. And I don't think on the play anybody could deny Everton the equaliser, and it's made a great difference on the terraces. Lawson having to wear a cap now because the sun is shining in the eyes of the Everton defence. Given away by Smith to Goodless, and here's McKenzie. Goodless will go again. Jim Pearson pulling away. This is McKenzie. He's sneaking in and giving Liverpool plenty to think about. This is Pajic. McKenzie. Brought down, was he, by Smith? Wasn't a particularly bad foul. Lyons putting his head where Kennedy put his feet. But Everton have kept their heads in this first half. They went a goal down early on to McDermott, but they got hold of the match rather and earned their reward with the equaliser from McKenzie. So the All-Merseyside semi-final is still wide open, and Clive Thomas just having a word with a rather dejected Jimmy Case as a somewhat unfamiliar Liverpool leave the field at the end of what for them was a somewhat turbulent first half. Interesting thing about that goal from Duncan McKenzie, apart from the fact that it was only the second that Everton have scored in 12 Merseyside derbies, is that he's the only man on the field, as far as I can see, who has never played in a Merseyside derby before today. Should be said, of course, that Liverpool, as they start the second half, are noted for their resolution and endurance, and in the past have never been at their most dangerous except when they've been up against it, as they are here. Oh, McKenzie, the crowd enjoyed that. He's got one to his right and one to his left, and here's Jimmy Pearson. Not too much power in Pearson's shot, but engineered by McKenzie. On by Highway. Oh, McNaught's in trouble. Keegan! Oh, and a fine challenge by Mike Lyons. The big number 5 just got himself confused where the ball bounced. Keegan was nearly in, but Lyons, the Everton captain, made what could prove to be quite an important interception. So a corner again. There was a push there in the box. Keegan ran into a defender to block his path to the ball. I must say, Clive Thomas has seen everything. Here's Jones. Away by McNaught, is Fairclough lurked behind him. His Case. The flag's up. Offside's been given over here. Well, Keegan had the shot turned aside, and the linesman on the near side was flagging unnoticed. He had his flag up, but then he took it down. David Johnson is warming up. Highway. Against Darracott. And then against RIOCH. Neither of the Everton players were too careful where they put their feet. But Liverpool are going to make a substitution. It was between these two players as to who played this morning. And now David Johnson, number 12, a former Everton player, is waiting to come on. And he replaces David Fairclough, whose day this hasn't really been. Not a good punch, really. And it was knocked back in by Jimmy Case. Jimmy Case, the scorer of a goal that could mean so much to Liverpool. But a dejected David Lawson, who may have felt from his reaction that he was fouled, but as he came for the corner, the punch was not good. And Case just headed the ball back over him into the net. And Liverpool are back in front with some 17 minutes to go. McKenzie looking for Pearson, but as so often before, Liverpool's relentless pressure has paid off. Even though they weren't playing at their best, they got an arm round Everton's neck and they slowly exerted their grip. And now then, have they throttled them, or have Everton got something left as the Liverpool supporters celebrate? It's been something of a slog in that muddy midfield area. Hughes looking for Keegan. Oh, McNaught has made another mistake. Johnson is in the middle. That was Johnson, good save. His Case. And the deflection off Pagey. But it looked all over there. Keegan down the right, the ball pulled back perfectly. Johnson was coming in, but Lawson kept out what would have been a decisive goal. Kennedy, fouled by Mike Lyons. Everton are themselves going to make a substitution. Brian Hamilton, who by coincidence is a former Ipswich colleague of the Liverpool sub Johnson, is coming on, and Martin Dobson just helped off there by Steve Burtonshaw and Gordon Lee. 8 minutes left on the clock. Keegan's flick, Highway nearly made it. On by McKenzie for Pearson. And here's McKenzie again. Oh, RIOCH! And out of the blue, Main Road is suddenly all blue. McKenzie, the magic man, appears from nowhere again, and for the second time in this match, he rams Liverpool's ambition back down their throats. All possible, really, because of McKenzie getting round the back. The ball was unselfish, not to say perfect, and RIOCH ran it in. So, now it's 2-2, and anything can happen again. A match every bit as exciting now as the League Cup final was. And Everton are again involved. That was a fine ball. It was Buckley finding Goodless. In the middle there are three waiting. McKenzie, Hamilton! Hamilton's got the touch! And Everton, incredibly, or are they in front? The referee is on the spot, and he's given offside, I suspect. I think the flag must have been up for offside. McKenzie turned it in, but Hamilton got the final flick in the net, and it's been disallowed. I'm sure that was for offside. What a climax, 5 minutes left. Buckley. DUNCAN making ground down the right. And the balance of power is shifted again. McKenzie! Good save. Just 4 minutes to go. Here's Highway. Fine run. Kennedy's shot! So close. Gordon Lee, the Everton manager, thoughtful, but his side have come back when they appeared to be dead. We're in the final minute now. Case. Plenty of Liverpool players forward again. Here's McDermott. And Keegan wanted the ball squared back. McDermott going for something more spectacular. Up on the 90 minutes virtually, and they've got to start all over again on this same ground next Wednesday. A thrilling semi-final in many ways, a goal apiece in the first half, a goal apiece in the second, with McKenzie and RIOCH rescuing Everton when they seem to be on their way out, making Liverpool's task in playing an extra match in this bid for the treble all the harder, and Everton themselves almost winning it with a disallowed goal. But on the day, there was much to admire for both sets of supporters. And I don't think anybody's going to argue too much about seeing them fight it out again in 4 days' time.